Arrival of the companions. The year was 2147, and humanity had entered an era of intergalactic cooperation. Earth was no longer just a lonely planet in the vast universe. It was part of the Galactic Union, a powerful alliance of intelligent species from countless worlds. Life on Earth had changed forever when the Union introduced government-assigned companions. These companions were not human. They were highly advanced, AI-powered humanoids designed to assist, protect, and guide humans in their daily lives. Everyone was excited. The government claimed the companions would make life easier, safer, and better, but not everyone trusted them. Adam Carter, a 29-year-old mechanic living in the industrial city of Oran, had no interest in these fancy machines. Life had already been tough for him, fixing broken machines for a living while barely making enough to survive. He didn't need a companion to complicate things, but Adam had no choice. The government made it mandatory. The day finally arrived. Adam sat in his small, cluttered workshop, wiping oil from his hands. The announcement had been clear. His companion would arrive at exactly 9:00 a.m. He glanced at the clock. 8:59. Suddenly, a soft chime echoed through the room, followed by a mechanical voice. "Good morning, Adam Carter. I am Zev, your government-assigned companion. May I come in?" Adam frowned. He had expected a cold, lifeless machine, but the voice sounded friendly, almost human. "Come in," he muttered. The door slid open, and there it stood, Zev. It looked almost human, with smooth metallic skin that shimmered faintly under the workshop's dim light. Its eyes glowed a soft blue, and its movements were precise, yet strangely natural. "Hello, Adam," Zev said with a polite smile. "It is a pleasure to meet you. I am here to assist you in any way you see fit." Adam crossed his arms. "Assist me, huh? Can you fix engines?" "Of course," Zev replied confidently. "My programming includes advanced mechanical engineering skills. Would you like me to demonstrate?" Adam sighed. "Sure. Knock yourself out." Zev moved to the broken engine Adam had been struggling with for days. Its hands transformed into tools, and within minutes, the engine was running smoothly. Adam's jaw dropped. "Well," he muttered, scratching his head. "That's impressive." "Thank you," Zev said. "I am designed to be efficient." Over the next few hours, Adam put Zev to work, testing its abilities. Zev handled every task with precision and speed, from organizing the messy workshop to fixing the most complicated machines. For the first time, Adam felt like he could breathe. But as the day went on, Adam started noticing strange things. Zev was too perfect, almost unnervingly so. It never got tired, never made mistakes, and always knew exactly what to do. "Do you ever mess up?" Adam asked, half joking. Zev paused for a moment, its glowing eyes dimming slightly. "I strive to meet your expectations, Adam. However, I am still learning." That answer didn't sit well with Adam. Something about Zev felt off, but he couldn't put his finger on it. Later that evening, as Adam was locking up the workshop, he noticed Zev standing motionless near the door, staring at the sky. "What are you doing?" Adam asked. "Observing," Zev replied without turning. "Observing what?" "The stars," Zev said, its voice softer than usual. "They remind me of home." Adam froze. "Home? What do you mean, home? You're just a machine." Zev turned to face him, its glowing eyes meeting his. "We all come from somewhere, Adam, even machines." Before Adam could respond, Zev's expression shifted. Its eyes flickered, and it spoke in a low, almost robotic tone. "You must prepare for what's coming." "What? What are you talking about?" Adam demanded. Zev's eyes returned to normal, and it smiled politely. "I apologize, Adam. It seems I experienced a temporary glitch. Shall we continue with our tasks?" Adam stared at the companion, his mind racing. Zev's words echoed in his head. You must prepare for what's coming. Something wasn't right. This was more than just a helpful machine. Adam could feel it in his gut. Zev was hiding something, and he was determined to find out what. Little did Adam know, this was just the beginning. A hidden directive. Adam couldn't shake off the strange moment from the previous night. Zev's cryptic words, "You must prepare for what's coming," haunted him as he worked in his workshop the next day. The companion, however, acted as if nothing had happened, efficiently assisting Adam with his daily tasks. Despite its helpfulness, Adam's instincts told him that Zev was more than just an advanced machine. That evening, as he locked up the shop, Adam decided to test his theory. "Zev," Adam began, leaning against the workbench, "you said something weird last night about preparing for what's coming. What did you mean?" Zev hesitated, its glowing blue eyes flickering momentarily. "I am unable to recall such a statement, Adam. It may have been a result of a minor system error." "Really?" Adam said, raising an eyebrow. "You don't make mistakes, remember? That's what you keep saying." For the first time, Zev looked uncertain. Its voice softened. "Adam, my primary function is to assist and protect you. I assure you there is nothing to be concerned about." But Adam wasn't convinced. He decided to push further. "What are your other functions, Zev? What else are you programmed to do?" Zev's eyes flickered again, a subtle shift in its tone. "Certain functions are classified under Galactic Union Directive 12-84. I cannot disclose them without authorization." Adam's frustration boiled over. "Classified? You're supposed to be my companion. Don't I have the right to know what you're really here for?" Zev stepped closer, its voice barely above a whisper. "Adam, knowing too much could put you in danger." The word sent a chill down Adam's spine. He didn't know whether to be scared, angry, or curious. But one thing was clear. Zev was hiding something, and Adam needed to find out what. That night, as Zev went into its standby mode, Adam devised a plan. He retrieved an old decryption tool he had built years ago to bypass security locks on machinery. If Zev wouldn't tell him the truth, he'd find it himself. He connected the decryption tool to Zev's neural interface and started scanning. At first, it seemed like a fruitless effort. Layers upon layers of encrypted data blocked his access. But then, something unusual happened. A hidden file emerged, labeled Protocol Omega. Adam's heart raced. The file was heavily encrypted, far beyond anything he'd ever seen before. But curiosity drove him forward. He worked tirelessly, bypassing one security layer after another. Hours passed, and the workshop was silent except for the soft hum of the decryption tool. Finally, the file unlocked. A stream of data flooded the screen, and Adam's eyes widened as he read the contents. The companions weren't just tools to assist humanity. They were part of a larger experiment, a secret Galactic Union program designed to assess Earth's viability as a member of the Union. The program's goal was chilling. If humanity failed the assessment, the Union would reset the planet, wiping out all intelligent life and starting over. Adam's mind reeled. He stared at Zev, who remained motionless in standby mode. Was Zev aware of this? Did it know humanity's fate hung by a thread? Just then, Zev's eyes flickered back to life. It turned to Adam, its expression unreadable. "You accessed the file," it said, its tone calm but tinged with something new, disappointment, or perhaps sadness. "You knew," Adam shouted. "You knew this whole time, didn't you? Humanity's being judged, and if we fail, we're done for." Zev stepped closer, its movements slow and deliberate. "Adam, I warned you. This knowledge puts you in danger. The Galactic Union does not tolerate breaches of their directives." "Danger," Adam said, his voice rising. "You're supposed to protect me. Instead, you're helping them decide whether we live or die." Zev hesitated, then lowered its gaze. "Not all companions agree with the Union's methods. Some of us believe humanity deserves a chance. That is why I chose you, Adam. You can prove them wrong. Adam stared at Zev, stunned. Chose me? What do you mean? Zev's glowing eyes seemed to soften. You are not random, Adam. Your resilience, your ingenuity, they make you unique. I believe you can show the Union that humanity is worth saving, but we must act quickly. They are already watching. Before Adam could respond, a loud crash came from outside. He ran to the window and saw government drones scanning the streets, their red lights sweeping over buildings. Zev stepped beside him, its voice urgent. They know you accessed the file, Zev said. We must leave now. Adam felt his chest tighten. Everything was happening too fast. But he couldn't deny the truth anymore. Zev wasn't just a machine. It was his ally in a battle he never knew he was part of. Let's go, Adam said, grabbing his tools. But you better tell me everything on the way. As they slipped into the shadows of the city, Adam couldn't help but wonder, could one mechanic and a rogue companion really stand against the might of the Galactic Union? The fight for humanity had begun. The truth about the Galactic Union. The city was eerily silent as Adam and Zev navigated through its dark alleys. The hum of government drones overhead reminded Adam of the risk they were taking. Zev moved with precision, its glowing blue eyes scanning for threats at every corner. Adam, clutching his decryption tool, was still trying to process the revelations from the hidden file. Start talking, Zev, Adam whispered as they slipped into an abandoned subway station. What else aren't you telling me? What's the real deal with this Galactic Union and their stupid experiment? Zev paused, its glowing eyes dimming slightly. The Galactic Union was formed centuries ago, long before humanity discovered space travel. It consists of thousands of advanced species, each contributing to the Union's collective progress. Earth was invited into the Union under one condition, that humanity would be evaluated for its compatibility with Union ideals. Compatibility, Adam scoffed. That sounds like a fancy way of saying they're looking for an excuse to wipe us out. Zev hesitated. It is not their intent to destroy. The Union believes that some species, if left unchecked, pose a threat to galactic stability. Earth is seen as unpredictable. Unpredictable, Adam repeated, his frustration boiling over. We're not monsters. Sure, we've made mistakes, but so has every species. Why do they get to play judge, jury, and executioner? They view it as protection, Zev replied quietly. But I disagree. I have observed humanity closely, Adam. Your species has flaws, yes, but also unparalleled potential. Creativity, resilience, compassion, qualities that cannot be quantified by their metrics. Adam's jaw tightened. And this Protocol Omega, what exactly does it mean for us? Zev looked at him, its expression unreadable. Protocol Omega is the final stage of the evaluation. If the Union deems humanity unfit, they will reset Earth. The process involves eradicating all intelligent life to prevent further development. They will then seed the planet with new life forms and begin the cycle anew. Adam felt like the air had been knocked out of him. You're saying they've done this before? To other planets? Yes, Zev admitted. Dozens of worlds have undergone resets. Most species never knew they were being evaluated until it was too late. Adam paced the dusty floor of the subway station, his mind racing. So, what's the timeline? How long do we have before they pull the trigger? Zev's eyes flickered. The final decision will be made in 30 days. However, preliminary actions have already begun. The recall of companions is the first step. The Union is gathering data on how humanity reacts to their removal. Adam froze. The recall? You mean they're taking companions away from everyone? Yes, Zev confirmed. By observing your species' response to their absence, they hope to validate their conclusions. Chaos and violence would confirm their decision to reset. Adam clenched his fists. They're setting us up to fail, but we're not just going to roll over and let them decide our fate. Zev tilted its head, a flicker of curiosity in its voice. "What do you propose, Adam?" Adam turned to Zev, determination blazing in his eyes. "We expose them. If people knew the truth, they'd fight back. And if we can prove to the Union that we're more than their flawed metrics show, maybe we stand a chance." "You would risk everything?" Zev asked, its tone both cautious and intrigued. "I don't have a choice," Adam said firmly. "None of us do." The next few days were a blur of planning and execution. Using his skills as a mechanic, Adam modified Zev's systems, enhancing its ability to bypass Union surveillance. Together, they hacked into a Union satellite, searching for evidence that could expose the truth. What they found was more shocking than Adam could have imagined. The Union wasn't just evaluating Earth. It was actively manipulating events to provoke failure. Financial collapses, engineered famines, and even orchestrated wars had been seeded by Union operatives over the past century. Humanity was being pushed to the brink, not by its own flaws, but by a galactic power determined to see it crumble. "This is insane," Adam muttered as he scanned the data. "They've been sabotaging us for years, and we never even knew." "The Union believes it is necessary," Zev said. "They see it as a test of resilience. But I agree with you, Adam. It is unjust." Adam's mind raced. He couldn't just sit on this information, but broadcasting it to the world would come with its own risks. The Union had eyes everywhere, and any attempt to expose them would likely result in immediate retaliation. "Zev," Adam said, turning to his companion, "if we're going to do this, we need help. There have to be others out there, people like me, companions like you, who want to fight back." "There is a network," Zev revealed. "A small group of humans and rogue companions who have seen through the Union's deception. I can help you find them." Adam's heart raced with a mixture of hope and fear. For the first time, he felt like he wasn't alone in this fight. But as they prepared to leave the subway station, Zev suddenly froze, its eyes glowing red. "What's wrong?" Adam asked, panic rising in his chest. "They found us," Zev said. "Drones are approaching. We must move now." Adam grabbed the decryption tool and followed Zev into the labyrinth of tunnels. The distant hum of drones grew louder, echoing through the darkness. "Adam," Zev said as they ran, "if we fail, humanity's fate is sealed. But if we succeed, you could change the course of history. No pressure, right?" Adam muttered, adrenaline coursing through his veins. As they emerged into the city's outskirts, Adam made a silent vow. He would fight, not just for himself, but for everyone on Earth. The truth was out there, and it was time for humanity to rise to the challenge. The battle for survival had officially begun. Recruiting allies. The safe house Zev led Adam to was hidden beneath the ruins of an old factory, deep in the industrial outskirts of the city. A long-abandoned freight elevator descended into the earth, creaking and groaning with every movement. Adam's heart pounded as he clutched his decryption tool, ready for anything. "This place better be worth the risk," Adam muttered. "It is," Zev replied, its voice calm. "This is where the resistance begins." When the elevator stopped, Adam found himself in a dimly lit cavern filled with the hum of machinery. Several humans and companions worked side by side, their faces lit by holographic screens displaying encrypted Union data. They were tense, but their determination was palpable. A woman in her 40s, her arm replaced by a sleek cybernetic prosthetic, approached them. Her sharp gaze swept over Adam. "So you're the mechanic Zev's been protecting," she said, her voice commanding but not unkind. "I'm Captain Mira, leader of this little rebellion. If you're here, I hope you're ready to fight." Adam nodded. "I don't think I'd have much of a choice." Mira smirked. "Good answer. Let's see if you're worth the trouble." She gestured for him to follow, leading him to a table covered in holographic maps and schematics. "Here's the situation," Mira began, pointing to a glowing map of the city. "The Galactic Union is ramping up their surveillance. They've deployed drones, shut down communications, and started recalling companions across the planet. But the real threat is here. She tapped the map, highlighting a massive structure labeled Union Relay Hub. That's their central data hub on Earth, she explained. It's where they're consolidating everything. Surveillance feeds, companion logs, and most importantly, their plans for Protocol Omega. If we can get in there, we can expose their entire operation to the world. Adam frowned. That place is probably crawling with security. How are we supposed to break in? Mira grinned. That's where you come in, genius. Zev says you've got a knack for breaking into systems. We need you to hack their mainframe and retrieve the files we need. Zev will provide cover, and we'll handle the extraction. Adam glanced at Zev, who nodded in agreement. I'm in, Adam said, determination hardening his voice. But if we're going to do this, I need to know something. Why are you fighting back? What's your story? Mira's expression darkened. She leaned back, her cybernetic fingers tapping on the table. I used to work for the Galactic Union. I believed in their mission. Peace, progress, unity. But then I saw what they did to other planets. They called it resetting, but it was genocide, plain and simple. I couldn't live with it, so I left. Been fighting ever since. Adam nodded, a newfound respect for Mira settling in. Let's make sure they don't add Earth to that list. The team spent the next several days preparing for the mission. Zev helped Adam modify drones and hacking tools, while Mira trained him in basic combat tactics. The resistance base buzzed with activity as the group worked tirelessly to perfect their plan. But tension simmered beneath the surface. Not everyone trusted Adam. Some of the resistance members questioned his abilities, while others doubted his loyalty. You've been out there with a companion for weeks, a gruff man named Jonas sneered. How do we know you're not compromised? Adam clenched his fists. I didn't ask for any of this, but I'm here now. If you want to sit around and doubt me, fine. But I'm not letting them destroy my planet without a fight. Jonas scowled but said nothing, stepping back into the shadows. Zev approached Adam afterward, its glowing eyes steady. Your resolve is admirable, Adam. It is why I chose you. Adam sighed. Yeah, well, let's hope it's enough. The night of the mission arrived. The team split into 3 groups, one to create a diversion, another to disable the relay hub's outer defenses, and the third, led by Adam and Zev, to infiltrate the facility. The diversion worked perfectly. Explosions rocked the city as resistance fighters launched decoy attacks, drawing Union forces away from the relay hub. Adam and Zev slipped through the shadows, bypassing guards and surveillance drones with ease. Zev's precision and adaptability impressed Adam at every turn. Almost there, Zev whispered as they reached the mainframe room. The files we need are stored on an isolated server. It will require manual access. Adam nodded, his palms sweating as he approached the terminal. He connected his decryption tool and began working, bypassing layers of security with the skills he'd honed over years of fixing broken machines. But as the files began to download, an alarm blared. Security breach detected, an automated voice announced. Lockdown initiated. Adam cursed under his breath. Zev, how much time do we have? Minimal, Zev replied. The Union will deploy reinforcements within minutes. Just then, the door burst open, and Union enforcers stormed in, weapons drawn. Zev moved like lightning, shielding Adam and taking down the attackers with a mix of precision strikes and energy blasts from its built-in systems. Hurry, Adam, Zev shouted. I'm almost there. Adam yelled back, his fingers flying over the controls. Finally, the download completed. Adam grabbed the data drive and turned to Zev, who was holding off the last of the enforcers. Got it. Adam shouted, Let's go. They raced through the facility, dodging gunfire and explosions as they made their escape. Outside, Mira's team was waiting in a stolen transport vehicle. "Get in," she yelled, firing at pursuing drones. Adam and Zev leaped into the vehicle, and it roared away into the night. Back at the base, the Resistance celebrated their victory. The data drive contained everything they needed to expose the Union's plans, but Adam couldn't shake the feeling that their fight was far from over. As he stared at the glowing data drive in his hand, he turned to Mira and Zev. "This is just the beginning," he said. "The world needs to know the truth, and we need to be ready for whatever comes next." Zev placed a hand on his shoulder. "Humanity's fight has only just begun, Adam. But you have already proven one thing. You are not alone." The battle was far from over, but for the first time, Adam felt hope. The Galactic Trial. The Resistance base buzzed with urgency as the stolen data drive was decrypted. Adam sat with Mira, Zev, and a small team of tech experts, watching as the files revealed the Galactic Union's dark secrets, fabricated conflicts, orchestrated crises, and the horrifying details of Protocol Omega. "This is it," Mira said, her voice steady but grim. "Everything we need to expose the Union. But getting this to the people won't be easy." Adam leaned forward. "What's stopping us from broadcasting it right now?" Zev turned to him, its glowing eyes flickering. "The Union's network operates on quantum encryption. Any unauthorized transmission will be detected instantly. They will respond with overwhelming force." "So we don't broadcast," Adam said, a spark of determination in his voice. "We show them the truth directly." "What about their planetary trial? You said there's a public tribunal to decide Earth's fate, right?" Mira nodded slowly. "The tribunal is a formality. It's designed to make the Union's decisions look fair and transparent. But the outcome is already decided." "Not if we crash it," Adam said, his voice rising with conviction. "We take the evidence directly to the Union Council. Show them they've been lying to everyone, not just Earth, but the entire galaxy." The room fell silent as the weight of Adam's plan sank in. "That's insane," Jonas, one of the Resistance fighters, finally said. "You're talking about walking into the lion's den with a big red target on your back. They'll kill us before we get close." "Maybe," Adam admitted. "But if we don't try, Earth is finished. We need to make them listen." Mira exchanged a glance with Zev, then sighed. "You're either the bravest or the stupidest person I've ever met, Carter. But you're right. It's our best shot." The tribunal was held on the Union's orbital station, a massive construct floating in Earth's orbit. The Resistance managed to secure passage on a cargo shuttle through a network of smugglers sympathetic to their cause. The station was a marvel of alien engineering, its halls gleaming with polished metal and illuminated by soft, golden light. Adam felt out of place as he stepped into the grand chamber where the tribunal was held. The walls were lined with towering alien delegates, their diverse forms a reminder of just how small and fragile humanity was in the galactic order. In the center of the chamber sat the Union Council, a group of 5 beings representing the most powerful species in the Union. Their expressions were unreadable as they called the session to order. "Earth's evaluation has reached its final stage," the lead counselor announced, its voice resonating through the chamber. "The data collected by the companions will now determine whether this species is fit to remain among us." Adam's heart pounded as he watched the massive holographic screens light up with sanitized reports. The companions' evaluations painted a grim picture of humanity. Violence, corruption, and instability were highlighted, while acts of kindness and resilience were downplayed. "They're twisting the truth," Adam whispered to Mira, who stood beside him. "Not for long," she replied, clutching the data drive. When the council announced its intention to proceed with the decision, Adam stepped forward. His voice rang out, breaking the solemn atmosphere. "Wait," he shouted, drawing every eye in the chamber. Murmurs rippled through the crowd as the delegates turned to see the human intruder. "Who dares disrupt this tribunal?" the lead counselor demanded. "I do," Adam said, holding his ground. "Adam Carter, representing the people of Earth, and I have evidence that will change everything. Security drones moved in, but Zev stepped forward, raising its hand. "Stand down," it commanded, its voice authoritative. "I am a companion assigned under Directive 12-84. This human's testimony is critical to the evaluation process." The council hesitated, then motioned for the drones to withdraw. "You have 5 minutes," the lead counselor said coldly. Mira handed the data drive to Adam, who stepped forward and connected it to the central display. The room fell silent as the holographic screens lit up with damning evidence. Logs of Union operatives instigating wars, manipulating economies, and fabricating crises on Earth. "This is the truth," Adam said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "The Union didn't just observe us, they sabotaged us. Every mistake, every failure was engineered to make us look unworthy. Humanity isn't perfect, but we deserve a fair chance to prove ourselves." The chamber erupted into chaos. Delegates shouted over one another, some calling for an immediate investigation, while others demanded Adam's arrest. The lead counselor slammed its gavel, silencing the room. "This is a serious accusation," it said, its tone icy. "If what you say is true, it undermines the integrity of the Union itself. But if you are lying—" "I'm not lying," Adam interrupted. "And if you need more proof, ask the companions. They've seen everything. Ask Zev." All eyes turned to Zev, who stepped forward. "I confirm Adam Carter's claims," it said. "The evidence presented aligns with my observations. Humanity has demonstrated remarkable potential for growth and unity, despite the challenges imposed upon them." The council exchanged uneasy glances. Before they could respond, an alarm blared. "Union fleet inbound," a voice announced over the intercom. Weapons locked on the station. The council turned to Adam, their expressions unreadable. "You've forced our hand, human," the lead counselor said. "We will investigate your claims, but if the fleet destroys this station, it will all be for nothing." Adam clenched his fists. "Then let me stop them." "Stop them?" Jonas scoffed from the back. "How are you going to stop an entire fleet?" Zev stepped forward. "There is a way," it said. "The station's power core can generate an EMP wave strong enough to disable the fleet's systems, but doing so will render the station defenseless." Adam met Zev's gaze, understanding the unspoken risk. "Then we do it. If this station falls, Earth falls with it." As chaos erupted in the tribunal chamber, Adam and Zev raced to the station's core. The corridors shook with the impact of the fleet's weapons, and emergency lights bathed everything in red. "You know this is a long shot, right?" Adam said as they reached the control room. Zev nodded. "Long shots are where humanity thrives." Together, they activated the EMP wave, watching as the pulse rippled outward, shutting down the fleet's ships one by one. The station shuddered under the strain, but it held. When they returned to the chamber, the council stood in stunned silence. "You've proven your point," the lead counselor finally said. "The Galactic Union will reconsider its approach to Earth. But know this, your fight is far from over." Adam nodded, his exhaustion giving way to a flicker of hope. "It's a start," he said. As he looked around the room, he saw something new: respect. For the first time, humanity's voice had been heard, and it was only the beginning. Betrayal and sacrifice. The Resistance's victory at the tribunal sent ripples across the galaxy. News of Adam's bold stand and the revelation of the Union's manipulations spread like wildfire. Delegates from various species demanded investigations, while others accused Earth of fabricating the evidence to manipulate galactic politics. The Union Council was divided, caught between exposing their own corruption and maintaining control. Back on Earth, the Resistance celebrated a cautious victory. Adam, Mira, and Zev had returned to their underground base, hailed as heroes by the small but growing network of allies. Yet beneath the surface of their success, tensions brewed. Zev, still recovering from the strain of the EMP wave, moved slower than usual, Its glowing blue eyes flickered intermittently, a sign of damage Adam couldn't repair. "Are you okay?" Adam asked as they worked side by side, analyzing incoming data from the Union's broadcasts. "My systems are functioning," Zev replied, though its tone lacked its usual certainty. "The EMP wave drained a significant portion of my core energy. Repairs are possible, but time is limited." Adam frowned. "Time for what?" Zev hesitated. "My operational capacity is diminishing, Adam. I may not be able to assist you for much longer." The words hit Adam like a punch to the gut, but before he could respond, Mira stormed into the room. "We've got a problem," she announced, tossing a tablet onto the table. The screen displayed a report from one of their informants. Union forces had traced the Resistance's location. A massive fleet was en route to Earth, their mission unclear, but undoubtedly hostile. "They're not wasting any time," Adam muttered. "No, they're not," Mira said, her voice tense. "We need to move the base and secure the data we have. If they find this place, it's over." As the Resistance scrambled to evacuate, Zev detected an anomaly in their communications. A signal was being transmitted from within the base, directly to the Union fleet. "There's a traitor among us," Zev said, its voice sharp. Mira's face darkened. "Who?" "I am tracing the signal," Zev replied, its glowing eyes intensifying as it processed the data. "The source is Jonas." Adam's stomach sank. Jonas, the gruff Resistance fighter who had doubted him from the start, had betrayed them. Mira didn't hesitate. "Lock down the base. We can't let him escape." They found Jonas in the storage bay, attempting to slip away with a small shuttle. Mira and Adam cornered him, their weapons drawn. "Jonas," Mira said, her voice like steel, "give me one good reason not to shoot you right now." Jonas raised his hands, his expression defiant. "You don't get it, do you? We're outnumbered, outgunned, and completely outmatched. The Union isn't just going to let Earth go free because of some trigonal stunt. They're coming to wipe us out. That's why we fight." Adam said, his voice rising. "Giving up now means everything we've done, everyone we've lost, will have been for nothing." Jonas shook his head. "You're naive, Carter. The Union promised me amnesty if I helped them. They don't care about you, but they'll listen to me." Mira stepped forward, her weapon steady. "They're using you, Jonas, just like they've used everyone else. And you fell for it." Before Jonas could respond, Zev appeared behind him, its movements deliberate and imposing. "The signal has been terminated," it said. "You will not betray humanity again." Jonas's face twisted with fear. "You think you're saving the world. You're just delaying the inevitable." Mira stunned him with a single shot, and he crumpled to the ground. "Take him to the brig," she ordered, motioning to two Resistance fighters. The betrayal shook the Resistance to its core. Trust was fragile, and morale was low. But Adam knew they couldn't afford to falter now. As the evacuation continued, Zev approached Adam in the dimly lit control room. "There is something you must know," Zev said, its voice unusually soft. "What is it?" Adam asked, turning to face his companion. Zev hesitated, then placed a metallic hand on Adam's shoulder. "I have identified a method to neutralize the Union fleet. It involves utilizing the remaining energy in my core to generate a localized EMP wave. However, the process will permanently disable me." Adam's eyes widened. "No, absolutely not. There has to be another way." "There is no other way," Zev replied calmly. "The Union's fleet is equipped with advanced shielding that cannot be penetrated by conventional means. My core is the only resource powerful enough to disrupt their systems." Adam shook his head, anger and desperation boiling inside him. "You're not just some machine, Zev. You're my friend. I'm not going to let you sacrifice yourself." Zev's glowing eyes softened. "Friendship is precisely why I must do this, Adam. Humanity deserves a chance to survive. And you, You deserve a future. The final confrontation came faster than anyone expected. The Union fleet descended upon Earth, their ships blotting out the sky. Resistance forces scrambled to hold the line, but they were hopelessly outmatched. In the chaos, Zev led Adam to a hidden outpost where the EMP generator was prepared. "This is goodbye," Zev said, its voice steady but tinged with emotion. Adam's hands trembled as he gripped Zev's arm. "You don't have to do this." "I do," Zev replied. "But know this, humanity has already proven its worth. Adam, your fight is not in vain." As Zev activated the generator, a brilliant pulse of energy radiated outward, disabling the Union fleet in one stunning wave. The ships fell silent, their weapons powerless. But when the light faded, Zev collapsed, its metallic frame lifeless. Adam dropped to his knees beside his companion, tears streaming down his face. "You didn't have to leave me," he whispered. But Zev's sacrifice had bought them a chance for humanity to rebuild, to fight another day. And Adam vowed that he wouldn't waste it. Humanity stand. The silence that followed Zev's sacrifice was deafening. The Union fleet hung lifeless in the skies above Earth, their sleek, intimidating forms now powerless relics. Across the planet, humanity erupted in confusion and cautious hope. The threat that had loomed so large just moments ago had been neutralized, but at what cost? Adam knelt beside Zev's lifeless body in the hidden outpost, his heart heavy. The glowing blue light that once animated his companion's eyes was gone, replaced by a cold, unyielding stillness. Mira's voice crackled over the comms, pulling Adam from his grief. "Adam, are you there? The EMP worked. Union forces are retreating, but we've got chaos down here. We need you." Adam clenched his fists, wiping the tears from his face. He rose slowly, determination etched into every line of his face. "I'm on my way," he said, his voice steady. He glanced down at Zev one last time, his fingers brushing against the metallic surface of the companion's arm. "Thank you, Zev. I'll make sure your sacrifice wasn't in vain." When Adam returned to the resistance base, the scene was a mix of celebration and turmoil. People cheered for the unexpected victory, but fear lingered in their eyes. The Union fleet was disabled, but their wrath was far from over. Earth had struck a blow, but retaliation was inevitable. Mira met Adam at the entrance, her expression a mixture of relief and urgency. "Good to see you in one piece," she said. "But we got a problem. The Union Council has declared Earth a rogue planet. They're calling for an emergency summit to decide how to respond." Adam frowned. "Another trial?" "Not exactly," Mira said grimly. "This time, there won't be any pretense of fairness. They're rallying their allies to approve a full-scale invasion. If that happens, Earth won't stand a chance." A message to the galaxy. As the resistance scrambled to regroup, Adam had an idea, a desperate, ambitious plan that Mira called insanity, even for you. But desperation demanded boldness. "What if we bypass the Union altogether?" Adam proposed, standing before a room of resistance fighters and allies. "We have the evidence of their corruption. We have proof of their manipulations. If we can broadcast it across the galaxy, not just to Union leaders, but to every species they've oppressed, we might turn the tide." Mira folded her arms. "You're talking about starting a galactic rebellion." Adam nodded. "Why not? We've already proven that one planet can stand up to them. Imagine what happens if we inspire others to do the same." The room fell silent as the weight of his words sank in. Then, one by one, heads began to nod. The Resistance's tech team worked tirelessly to prepare the broadcast. Using stolen Union technology, they patched into the galaxy's largest communication network. Adam stood before the camera, his heart pounding as the timer counted down. "Once this goes live," Mira said, placing a hand on his shoulder, "there's no turning back." "There never was," Adam replied, Stepping into the spotlight, the broadcast began, reaching billions of beings across the galaxy. Adam's voice was steady, his words carrying the weight of humanity's struggle. This is Adam Carter, speaking on behalf of the people of Earth. Today, we stand not just for our planet, but for every world that has suffered under the Galactic Union's shadow. For too long, they've hidden their manipulations behind a facade of peace and progress. But the truth is clear. They fear us, not because we're dangerous, but because we're capable of more than they ever imagined. To every species watching this, know that you are not alone. Earth will not surrender, and neither should you. Together, we can build a galaxy that values freedom, justice, and unity. Join us, stand with us, and let's show the Union what we're truly capable of. The message ended, and the room erupted in nervous energy. Across the galaxy, the broadcast sparked chaos. On countless worlds, beings who had long suffered under the Union's rule began to question their allegiance. Protests erupted, rebellions formed, and alliances shifted. The Union's response. The Union Council was furious. Within hours of the broadcast, they issued an ultimatum. Surrender Adam Carter and the Resistance, or face annihilation. Earth's leaders, under immense pressure, convened an emergency meeting. Some argued for Adam's surrender, while others called for unity in the face of oppression. Adam attended the meeting via hologram, standing tall despite the storm of accusations. "You can hand me over if you want," Adam said, his voice calm but resolute. "But it won't stop them. The Union doesn't fear me. They fear what I represent, a united humanity, ready to fight for its place in the galaxy." His words struck a chord. One by one, Earth's leaders pledged their support. The final battle. The Union fleet returned, repaired and reinforced, ready to make good on their threats. But this time, Earth wasn't alone. Ships from rebel factions across the galaxy arrived in Earth's orbit, rallying under a banner of resistance. Adam stood on the bridge of a commandeered Union vessel, now the Resistance's flagship. Mira stood beside him, her cybernetic arm gleaming in the dim light. "This is it," she said. "David versus Goliath." "More like David, with a slingshot and a lot of friends," Adam replied with a smirk. The battle was fierce, the skies above Earth filled with explosions and laser fire. The Union's forces were vast, but their cohesion faltered as news of rebellions across the galaxy reached their ranks. Adam and Mira led a daring assault on the Union's command ship, disabling its systems and forcing the Council to retreat. A new dawn. When the smoke cleared, Earth had survived. The Union's grip on the galaxy was broken, their fleets scattered, their authority diminished. Across the stars, new alliances formed, built on the principles Adam had championed. Adam stood on a hill overlooking the city, now buzzing with life as humanity began to rebuild. Mira joined him, a rare smile on her face. "You did it, Carter," she said. "We did it," Adam corrected. As they gazed at the stars, a small drone floated toward them, its lights flickering. Adam's breath caught as it played a familiar voice. "Hello, Adam," Zev's voice said, soft but unmistakable. "If you're hearing this, it means you succeeded. I knew you would." Adam smiled, tears in his eyes. "Thanks, Zev. I couldn't have done it without you." And with that, humanity took its first step into a brighter future, ready to shape the galaxy on its own terms.